Well, let's move over now to another story that's still making people wonder what the future is for safety in Nigeria. Well, over the weekend, unknown gunmen abducted 4 Catholic nuns on a highway in Nigeria's oil-producing Imo state in the latest sign of widespread insecurity, making road travel unsafe. The abduction, which happened on Sunday, was announced on Monday by the convent that they belonged to.
In a statement put out by the Savior Generalate, Zita Ihedoro, who is the Secretary General of Sisters of Jesus, said the 4 were abducted while traveling from River State to Imo State for a Thanksgiving Mass on Sunday. She said, in quote, "We implore for intense prayers for their quick and safe release," end quote. Of course, it's very, very tense, hearing about kidnappings across Nigeria the last long while. And I think, some of the things that we see happen in Southeast and other places now are just the results of the handling of kidnappings in northern Nigeria. We're still talking about Bethel Baptist. I'm sure the Daily Trust, continues that countdown. It's more than, getting to 400 days or more than 400 days now since they were kidnapped. And they still haven't been released. The Abuja Kaduna train victims, some of them are still in captivity, some have been released. But when, criminal elements see things like that and see the government's response to kidnapping, they basically interpret it as, okay, we might as well do the same, and make some money off it.
It's sad. It's very sad. It's a pathetic situation as well, and especially now that the airfares are indeed high. So there is this post on social media that many have asked, which would you rather travel with? The road and pay 30 million naira, or the air and pay 150,000 naira. Now you might wonder, why would they say the road is 30 million naira? Well, they said they are adding the cost of paying for ransom. These things, I mean, it's quite sad. How did we get here? What's the possibility that this will eventually change? And now we have the sisters who have been kidnapped. Well, don't forget, before the sisters were actually kidnapped, a week before, a priest was also kidnapped.
Yes.
Yes. And even a week before last week, we also had, some months ago, another priest who was kidnapped. So
Yes,
there are
I
a
remember
series
that also.
of kidnapping from back to back to back. It now seems to be that it's now the latest, the newest business.
Yeah, it's a huge business, and someone jokingly said that at the end of the year, the Auditor General should also, have a review of the amount of money that has been made through kidnapping. We should, create a, stock market for that also, because a lot of money has been made, from kidnapping in Nigeria in the last few years. This year has not been different. The Abuja Kaduna train issue has been one of the most shocking situations that we've dealt with, mostly because of how it has played out. The monies, that have been reportedly paid as ransom, the time that it has spent, the reaction from the Nigerian government. There's so many angles. The conversations that have come out of there have just been completely mind-blowing. And like I said, when a criminal sees that, he's going to say to himself, well, I mean, if they can do it in the north, in Kaduna, then, we might as well do it anywhere else, because we already understand what the response will be from government. Sadly, this is, the reality, and, like I said before, when we're talking about the building collapse, if disaster happens today and we all mourn, we cry, and nothing is changed with regards to our approach, with regards to our processes, with regards to our thinking towards that thing, it's going to continue, happening. And you realize that 10 years from now, because kidnappings have been happening for a long time, but we still, as a country, have not been able to, there's no difference with the way we reacted to kidnapping in 1995 to how we're reacting in 2022.
Quite a deep one. Food for thought there. Well, later on, our guest will be joining us, and in the course of the program, we'll also get to highlight some of these stories as well, and reactions from the follow-up.